As I live and breathe, behold the Wolverine. That's right. This movie, for me personally, is a masterpiece. Now, don't get me wrong. This movie by no means isn't flawless. I mean, there's a few nitpicks here and there, and there's a lot of things, people were complaining about that I get. But overall, as a film, as just a standalone Wolverine film, I mean, this surpassed my expectations like on every sense of the word. I mean, Hugh Jackman just gave the performance of a lifetime, and it's a shame because this is his final outing as Wolverine. But holy shit, what a way to go out! I mean, wow, I was just floored, absolutely blown away by each performance, by each character being displayed on screen. I mean, this is the most accurate portrayal of the Wolverine character from the comics, and it's just fucking outstanding. Everybody needs to go see Logan ASAP if you haven't. I mean, Jesus, Hugh Jackman deserves an Oscar nomination. Patrick Stewart deserves an Oscar nomination. The girl who played X-23 was fucking phenomenal. Her ferocity was amazing. I mean, that little girl has a future. Daphne Keene, I believe, is the actor's name. Holy shit. I mean, just everything, everything. I was immensely satisfied by every story choice, every action set piece, every character decision, the dialogue, just the emotion it evoked in me. I mean, by the end of the movie, I was just an emotional wreck. Like, wow. No comic book related movie has had ever made me feel that way since The Dark Knight, and that's I'm putting it up there, surpassing The Dark Knight because The Dark Knight is my all-time favorite comic book movie. When it came out, it to me is the stepping stone. It transcended beyond past comic book film, to like an epic crime drama, and I've never had that feeling with any comic book movie that's been released until now, people, because Logan has surpassed that in every sense of the way. I mean, kudos and high praise to the director James Mangold, who previously directed The Wolverine, and I like that film, but just that third act was just a total flop. I mean, it became just too cartoony and just a big fucking mess. But this, though, was so perfect as Wolverine's final outing. Just high praise again to the cast. Hugh Jackman, fucking amazing. Just watching him just go into these berserker attack modes was just fucking great. I mean, he was just going in, and yeah, I'm just gonna go right into spoilers if you haven't seen it. Quick spoilers. I love the ending. It just when Logan fucking dies, it's just so ballsy. The way Professor X dies at the hands of Wolverine's clone, X-24. Now a lot of people have that problem. I hear that the biggest nitpick from this movie is that choice to have Wolverine fight his own clone. But the way I interpreted it was Wolverine fighting his like the shadow of his past. Like he's fighting his older self. And symbolically that's just perfect. That was perfect. I mean, who else are you gonna put against Wolverine? I mean, Wolverine has toppled so many villains, and you know what I'm saying? Like your one worst enemy is yourself, and that was just perfect. Especially with the tone of this film. The tone of this film is great. Just the whole, you know, setting, the gritty dystopian future. There is no hope. I mean, it's been done before many, many times, but just the way Logan executes it, it's just so good. It's just amazing. The fight sequences were amazing towards the end. They're like with the little kids. It served its purpose to the plot. I don't care what people say, especially with X-24. It served its purpose towards the plot. And the whole sense of the movie was about these characters, was about going on this journey with Logan and with Professor X and with X-23. Oh my god, I just loved every minute of it. I was an emotionally devastated when Logan died. It was such a beautiful death. just that last line, like, so this is what it feels like. Oh, just pulls on your heartstrings, man. And then of course, X-23 taking the cross and making turning it on his side to make an X for X-Men. Perfect. And I love there was no post-credit scene. It was it was so funny. Everybody was expecting a post-credit scene because it's like it's a Marvel property, so you would probably expect a post-credit scene, but that is what I love about this movie. It's just so different. It doesn't feel like a comic book movie. It just feels like a gritty, dramatic western. Like it's just like a family drama mixed in with action. It's just I love it. I loved every minute of Logan. That's why it's a 10 out of 10. It's a fucking masterpiece. I mean, what they were going for, I mean, just they achieved. They achieved it on a high note. I mean, this movie set the bar. This is my favorite movie so far. 2017. I mean, Jesus, everybody's giving this movie high praise, unanimous praise, and this movie well deserves that. Even I'll go as far as to say this movie needs some Oscar nominations, people. It needs to fucking happen. Someone start a Kickstarter or something for this movie to get some damn Oscar nominations. I mean, all across the board, just I love this movie. I've seen it 4 times already, and each time it gets better. They even have Easter eggs for all the comic book fans. Just and Patrick Stewart's performance was heartbreaking. His death was heartbreaking. When X-24 kills him, and Wolverine goes up there and tells Charles, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me." I just, oh man, just the emotional weight of this movie is just amazing. Even I liked Boyd Holbrook as the villain Donald Pierce. I thought he was utilized effectively. I think he gave enough depth and charisma towards his character. He was just a snarky, mercenary that could hold his own talking up against Wolverine. And then I love the fact that like he's this nostalgia fan of the X-Men because every time he ran across one of them, he's like, "Oh, I used to read about you, Professor Charles Xavier. Pleasure to meet you." I loved it. This movie is, in my opinion, perfect. It is one of the best comic book film adaptations I've seen since The Dark Knight. It surpasses it. It's my favorite comic book film of all time. And I never thought that would be possible, but it arrived. 2017, let it be known, Logan is a masterpiece. Everyone should go see it. Go see this movie. 2 thumbs up.